We're doing beautiful rainbow gradients today. Here are some of the practice examples you did with a wide, thick brush. Today we're gonna take it up a notch. We're gonna do super challenge mode. So, like this with a smaller brush, maybe a size 4, size 6 flat brush. This was done with a size 2. We're also gonna kick it up a notch and only use 3 colors, yellow, magenta, and blue. You're gonna decide on a line shape. So you can either do a curve or a zigzag. Please make sure you write your name on your back. You can get an extra palette. Your beautiful palette, we're gonna wake up our yellow by dropping in clean water. You wanna keep your yellow as clean as this the entire time. Grab yourself a smaller flat brush and wake up the Oh no, somebody put a dirty brush back in the drying rack. So let's clean that up. X marks the spot. I'm gonna go ahead and use that dingy yellow because I don't wanna waste it. So I'm gonna wake up a ton of yellow and I'm gonna transfer that to an empty well. Doesn't matter where, but I'm really getting high pigment. You can see 1, 2, 3. I'm wiping that brush on the edge of my well and it's kind of squeezing all the contents out of that loaded brush. I'm doing this like 10 times, maybe 11, maybe 12. And then I'm going to add a little clean water to this. You want a lot of yellow to start with. All right, so I'm going to keep that yellow in my palette clean, very, very clean. If you get it dirty, please have an adult help you with that. So add some clean water to that yellow and choose your direction. At this point, if you haven't started, please pause the video and write your name on your paper and go ahead and decide your direction, mix up, wake up your yellow and go for it. And then restart. So now I'm waking up a tiny bit of magenta. You could also use red. I love the orange magenta makes. So a teeny tiny tippy toe of magenta mixed into that yellow. So I'm on my way on the color wheel to yellow-orange. Multiple gradients will be between yellow and red, and of course the pit stop of true orange. So you're gonna look at the color wheel up on the board. You wanna hit all those pit stops of tertiary colors of yellow-orange, the secondary color of orange on your way to the next primary color. All right, so our yellow is now yellow-orange, and you can see I'm carefully steering my brush, turning my paper. Be careful as you turn your paper not to smear. So I have another teeny tiny tippy toe, and again, look, I'm not wasting any paint in the water dish. I'm not wasting any paint today by X marks the spot on my rag. I want to keep all that paint on my paper and in my palette. If you would like to use a flat brush to make awesome zigzags, remember you're going to use your tool a little differently. You're going to line up the edge of your brush with the edge of your last stroke, and it's going to give you a really clean angle. So look at that there. Line up the edge of your brush with the edge of your last stroke and look at that corner. Beautiful. So this is super challenge mode, folks. You don't have to do this complex of a zigzag. This is also very tricky to not smear. Line up the edge of your brush, top edge of your brush with the top edge of your last stroke. Line up the top edge of your brush with the top edge of your last stroke and pull the brush. So this is very satisfying. However, you need to be super careful, which makes it super challenge mode as well. Okay, you can see I'm going back over to spread the paint out. That's something you can do if you wish. Again, reload your brush whenever you need. We don't want puddles and we don't want scratchy, thirsty brushes. A little bit more magenta, mix that into your yellow, and you're gonna keep mixing magenta into your yellow until you get to the secondary color of orange. And then you're gonna keep mixing magenta or red into your yellow until you get the tertiary color of red, orange, and then straight up primary red. Once you get to primary red, you're gonna kind of reset. So primary red, you're gonna move into red, blue, and then into purple. So you need to mix brand new colors. So for this, we're gonna go ahead and start with a fresh magenta. You don't wanna use the one you just mixed because it has yellow in it. And when you mix yellow, blue, and red together, what happens? That's right, you're gonna get a tone. You're gonna get a skin tone or a brown or a black. So what you see here is I've mixed up a clean, I smeared. I'm gonna mix up a clean yellow, a clean blue, and a clean red. And you're going to follow the same process. Add a touch of blue, touch of blue, touch of blue until you get to straight up blue. You'll see me here cleaning my brush. At this point, you're gonna need some fresh water because you're gonna remix a brand new yellow. And I cleaned my palette too. So we're dropping, this is called dropping in. I'm using my brush to drop in. I'm not wasting any in my water. I'm not wasting any on my rag. Look, I'm testing. There's the icky neutral. You don't want that. You want fresh, vibrant colors. So every time you hit a primary color, you will have to restart and mix up some fresh yellow, some fresh blue or turquoise, and some fresh red or magenta. So your 3 primary colors. This time I'm wanting to go blue into blue-green, so I'm just kind of setting myself up here. Look at that green. It's better than the green that comes in your palette, all right? So you can mix your tertiary colors there. Turn your paper around very carefully. Continue the other direction without smearing. Very tricky, but you can do it. Make sure to get fresh water. Make sure to have a messy mat if you need it. And we're almost finished here. You will have a beautiful gradient if you follow these instructions, and you can do this in any shape. Well done.